Hear me?
Yes, we can. Good evening.
All right. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for inviting me. Do we go right in?
Yes, we're good to go.
Um, First thing, I want to say big congratulations to every one of you on this call right now, and the people that are not on the call, but will be joining. I would like to know where everyone is joining from. Maybe you could just type it in the chat. I would like to see as many different places as I can. So if you're in Lagos, Lagos is fine, not Nigeria, right? And if you are in Oyo, different places, Osun, Oyo, I can see Lagos. Obviously, with 21 plus million people, unofficial records, most expect most of you guys to be from Lagos. I can see Abuja and different places. Hi, from Jigawa. Nice. Ife. Um, nice. Happy to meet all of you. And once again, congratulations. Thank you for spending. Hi from Abuja. Elizabeth is joining us from Abuja. Thank you guys for spending your evening, or rather inviting me to spend some time with you. I'm happy to be here. Okay, so where's the best city in Nigeria? Clement, would you like to tell us? Someone from the Sapele, yeah. As someone who has lived in 9 states and has visited 27, Clement, if you say that, I'm really interested in knowing the so-called best states. If it's not what I'm thinking about, then don't come to the mainland again. All right. Let's begin. The first thing I have come to tell you three things. I have come to tell you three things. Depending on how you listen, it could be more than three, but I have come to tell you three main things. First is, okay, that makes it four things, right? Number one is congratulations for taking this path and for diving into the road you have chosen to go. On behalf of everybody involved with Product Tense, I am very happy for you, and I say congratulations. This is, as someone who has been in this product space for a while now, I consider it, maybe one of the most rewarding careers or, paths you can ever take in technology. And that's why it's always very difficult for me to say no when I get invited to talk to product people and talk to people starting their career in a different field or transition, and whether it's the first career or you're moving into a new field. I always feel very happy to spend time. And in the last 1 week, I have had a litany, and Gladys knows how difficult it has been for me, responding on time. But I said I was going to be here and spend time to talk to you. So once again, congratulations. I hope the 9 weeks was worth your time. But like everything, like every training, the real training is self-driven. The real training is self-directed. You have to be a self-starter. You have to drive your own learning. You have to drive your own lessons. As someone who never went to any formal product school, never, who became a product manager by accident, I want to say that you already have an edge by having a formal training. Some of you might have heard about my first time, dabbling into product. I was working as a loan analyst for a bank, and I was responsible for the retail loan portfolio. And then I started to hear about this, new job title, product manager. And so I started Googling. There were no, at least that I'm aware of, there were no product training institutes in Nigeria. I started Googling here and there and trying to learn one or two things that I can about product management. After I felt, you can never be fully trained or fully prepared. I went to my manager's manager office and said to him, I hear a thing or two about, product managers, and I know there are people here called product managers. I have been reading on my own. I have been trying to understand what it is. I have been trying to study. And for that, I would like you to make me a product manager. And he said, okay, that's fine. I would do that. And it was fortunate for me, and it was also unfortunate that he agreed, because I was happy that he agreed. And then right immediately after he agreed, I started feeling, completely lost. Do I know enough? Am I sure I would be able to do this? And it was the second time I contemplated suicide, trying to ask myself, what did I get myself into right now? And we were on the 12th floor of a building. So it was really enticing looking down. And are you sure you don't want to hide your face now? Now look at what did you get yourself into? So I would say again, congratulations. You have an edge for having a formal guidance, but then remember, all learning is self-directed, it's self-driven, and you will never learn everything you need from a single course, from a single training, from a single institution, and you will never stop learning. With that, let's dive right in. I would try and finish as quickly as I can and allow you to ask questions. I don't know if Gladys and the guys will have permits. I would allow you to have like a few minutes to ask questions, because I have prepared things to tell you, but I always like people to ask questions, because then it is what is. I am not assuming what you want to hear. You are telling me what you need to hear. So 3 things I have prepared to tell you today. 1 is that a career is never a straight line graph. A career is never a straight line graph. There will never be a time when you look back and you feel like, well, if you look back at the careers of many people, you would think that, they all plot straight up, sloping upward from lower left to topmost right. That is only applicable, that is only possible on paper. In real life, in reality, a career is never a straight line graph. What that means is that over the course of your career, you will have many false starts. You will have many things that you need to do, you think is the right thing to do. There will be many things you will dive into. There will be some that will work out well. There will be some that will, be here, there, not here, not there. As someone who started out first doing customer service, which in my opinion is an excellent job, is an excellent role. But then I wasn't very fond of being bashed for the mistakes of other people. And it was at the time where I was also battling with some level of, anger, and having to always be the front line, being bashed by the mistakes of other people. Customer service is hard, man. You bear the brunt of some things that you're not part of the problem, and you have to appease every customer, even those making irrational demands. So as someone who started off, in customer service, then later started doing loan analysis, then later started doing product management, and after some while dived into a hardware software kind of space, got back into digital transformation. That lasted very little, and a career in itself is never a straight line graph. There will be times where you would question yourself a lot. There will be times where you worry if you are doing the right thing or not. But over the years, if you look back, like Steve Jobs says, you can only connect the dots looking backwards. But what many of us do is try to connect the dots looking forward. It is never a straight line graph. If you look at your career in the next 10 years, you would see a pattern like join XYZ company, spent 2 years there, got promoted, moved to ABC company, spent 3 years there, got promoted 2 times, went to another company. Looking back, it's always a straight line graph, but in reality, you have to be frustrated. You will be frustrated many times. Like Sholari says, may your path be rough. And that's a blessing and a curse in itself. But then that is reality in itself. Many of the things you do at the beginning of your career will look like 4 starts, 4 stops. You try this, you try that. Do not be worried. Do not be bothered about that. How do you know if you're doing the right thing? You can never know until you look back. You can never know if you are taking the right decision. If you joining this company will be the right call. If saying yes to this offer will be the right call. If resigning from your job will be the right call. You cannot always know 100% if you're taking the right decision or not. But when you look back over the years, you were able to plot a straight line graph. Again, you can never know. The best you can do is to, 1, try to be in a field that is moving fast. Tech is one of those fields. Try to be in a field that is moving fast, that is attracting smart people, because, iron sharpens iron. And some people say you're just the average of the 5 people you spend most time with. Being in the space where things are moving really very fast is just the best bet you can make. That's the whole point of it. Whether you are doing HR in tech, you are doing customer support, it is very important to stay within where the heat is, where the things are going on. There will be problems, there will be ups, there will be down, but then looking back on your career, you would see a straight line, you see a pattern emerge, but it's never ever that way. So worry less about picking the right job, worry less about picking the right company, worry less about picking the right offer. Worry more about, am I doing this for the long term? Am I in a good company that puts greater learning opportunity? And if it doesn't make sense, always remember that you have the option to say no and to jump out. Summary, a career is never a straight line graph. Yours will never be. I have worked in 2 commercial banks, worked in 2 fintechs. I currently work for one of the biggest payment companies in the world. It was never planned. You may not be able to, completely to the last decimal plan your career, but at every point in time, stay where the action is, stay where the heat is on, because putting yourself in a place where you're uncomfortable is one of the best ways to plan your career. Don't be worried about getting it again. So in summary, point number 1 of the 3 things I have come to tell you. Your career will never be a straight line graph. Don't worry about getting it correct all the time. Instead, worry about, am I in a field where I like? If not, how can I get to a field where it's action, fast-paced, fast-moving? Am I surrounded by smart people? And then am I doing this for the long term? And by long term, I keep saying it, overnight success is 10 years in the making. That's how a short-term time is. So make sure you try as much as you can to, be where the action is, be where it's fast moving, be surround yourself with smart people, whether they are in your company or not. Now, if you currently, for some reason, you're in school, that's even the best time. to form some alliances with people here and there. And if you are working in a different industry, seek out the best people in that industry, be within that space. But more importantly, remember, your career will never be a straight line graph. And that's even the fun thing about it. The second thing is what Gladys touched about, and it's a topic that is very, very dear to me. Most days, you'll be second guessing yourself. You will be worried if you are doing it right. You'll be worried if you're doing it correctly. You'll be worried if you're missing out on an action somewhere else. You'll be worried if you know what you're doing. You'll be worried that people will find you out. You'll be worried that, your manager doesn't like you. You'll be worried that, what if this is not the right job for you? What is you're not doing it correctly? Something around imposter syndrome. The way I see it, imposter syndrome is an organizational hazard of product managers. That's slightly different for developers. As a developer, if you write a code, you can run the code, and if it doesn't run well, you will notice that there's a bug on line 100 and something, or on this particular line. Then you debug it. It could take you time. It could take very long time, but you debug it and you eventually fix that. Hey guys, sorry, apologies guys. Yeah, moving on. As a developer, you can notice that there is a bug. Yes, the people that are employing me. As a developer, you can notice that there's a bug in your code, and then you try to debug it. And when it works, somebody clicks login, eventually successfully logs in, you feel very happy, you feel very proud of what you have done. As a UI or UX designer, you make beautiful interface. People can see the actual work you have done. People say, I like the color shade here. I like the fact that you put the spinner going round and round. When designers have visual work that you can see, developers have work that you can experience. But as a product manager, what exactly do you produce? If you stay long enough in this product management space, you get to be asked, but you don't write the code, right? You say, no, I don't write code. But do you design the interface, like make the images? You say, no, that's for designers. Okay, so what are you, a project manager? No, I'm not a project manager. I'm a product manager. So what exactly do you do? Well, I coordinate activities between designers, developers. I do user research, something around that side. You will, because our role involves so many intangibles. If care is not taken, you would start to worry if you really have a real job, or if what you're doing is important. But for someone who has done it so many years, I can tell you, I have seen companies who say, let's just get together and start building this thing without a product manager, and then it's always really very terrible what they come up with. I have also, in the early days, when we're building products for mobile banking apps, it's usually without a product manager. It's just the front end, back end developer, no designer self. Somebody, we cobble things together and it looks shitty. So you have a real job, you have a real role, but it is always very difficult to put a finger to it. You have to somehow shut the voice in your head, always second guessing yourself, always asking you, what exactly do you do? Because you master something, because you do it very well, it starts to look to you like any cow can do this thing I'm doing. That's not true. There's a unique value that you bring. When in the early days of my career dealing with imposter syndrome, I used to think that if I rise to, maybe a senior product manager, if I get promoted, if I do this, maybe all this fear and feeling will go. And then I eventually became the head of product for a lot. The pain, the imposter syndrome still stayed. I started researching in that space, and I saw people, Oscar, Grammy Award winners, intelligent people. People like, I'm sure you all know Capaldi, is this Irish singer, Lewis Capaldi. He talks openly about his you know battle with imposter syndrome. There's Maya Angelou, who won Grammys and is a mad, beautiful writer. These people talk about how they experience this. So you're going to have a large dose of that. So just get ready. But remember to always tune out that silence that voice telling you, questioning your abilities, asking you what exactly are you doing? Asking you, are you sure you're good enough? Anybody can do this job. What what exactly do you bring to the table? It is your responsibility to tune out the inner voice noise in you, but it will always be there. How do you tune out this? You find mentors like you, mentors that you can openly be vulnerable to. It takes strength to be vulnerable to people. Find somebody that you can openly be vulnerable with. Talk about your imposter syndrome. Find people that you can share these things with. Find people that you can learn with. Then remember to celebrate your small victories, because when you are down, nobody will remember those victories. It's your responsibility to celebrate those victories. And then one thing I always say, when you start second guessing yourself, get into action. Do anything. If it's dance, dance. If it's run. Just do something. Get busy. Just get overwhelmed. Get doing. If you like to dance, sing, clap, just do something. Just do something. If you're very good with Candy Crush, play a game, play FIFA, do something. Just get distracting yourself. Final word on well, I'm not sure I recommend ice cream, but if it works for you, please, by all means, just do something and not wallow in your question, vicious circle of questioning yourself. Do it afraid. Do anything that just gets your mind off it. I like to run. So I do endurance races. Many a times when these things start to creep in, you notice me running longer and more and more and more and more. Just do something that you know you're good at, something that you enjoy doing, something that if it could be walking dogs, playing with pets, teaching kids, anything, just get busy. It is in doing that you conquer these things. And like the Roman emperor said, we die more in our imagination than in real life. So, or learn to shut that voice in your head, but it will always be there. Now, imposter syndrome is a sign that you're moving forward. It's a sign that you're doing something right. It's a sign that you're learning. Somehow opposite to it is Dunning-Kruger effect, where people who know little think they know much. But with imposter syndrome, you know, but then you're second guessing yourself. Don't do it. I'm not sure I'm in the best position to give you advice on you not doing allowing imposter syndrome to overwhelm you, but because it's a battle I face on a daily basis. I talk openly about this because it's important. I write about it. If you check my newsletter, I think in July, I wrote about that in July, amongst other things. So I write a weekly career newsletter where I feel very open to talking about these things, whether it's how to search for a job, whether it's how to deal with imposter syndrome, different things. I just started that out in July, just as a means to share some of the things I have learned over the last 12, 13 years working. So find role models, do something actually, and then learn to talk to yourself. As kids, we grew up playing with ourselves, talking with ourselves, playing with our toys. Nobody is there and we're talking. You need to learn how to talk to yourself. And if you cannot be kind talking to yourself, you have no point living. We're usually kind talking to other people, but when it comes to ourselves, we tend to be very harsh. People say I'm my own greatest self critic. That's okay, but don't crush your own dream in trying to be your harshest critic. The third thing I have come to tell you today is be a person of service. It sounds cliche, but be a person of service. if you look at it different ways, people you remember, the people we remember the most are those who have been people of service to us. Whether it's that uncle that usually comes to the house and buys you something, whether it's that aunt that, it was always there, whether it's that grandma that in the absence of your parents, grandma was always there, whether it's that teacher, and may his soul rest in peace, Mr. JBC, back in secondary school. And he's probably one of the reasons why I got drawn to chemistry a lot. Mr. JBC had no reasons to, but after class, he would give me the hardest question, besides the class assignment. He would give me something he feels I can't solve. He would explain to me when I come back with a solution. That is how to serve. Give yourself out. You can be paid for it. You may not be paid for it, but at every point in time, try to light another candle. It does not diminish your own light. If I hear some people want to be millionaires or billionaires before they can give, that is the wrong attitude. You don't have to. Nobody is too poor to give, and nobody is too rich not to accept or not to receive. There is always something you can give. A lot of people reach out to me, and I know they reach out to many others and saying, I want you to mentor me or do this for me or do that for me. That is the wrong approach, because you're thinking about yourself. Whether you're talking to a rich, poor, young, old person, always be thinking, what can I give this person? Because St. Francis of Assisi says, it is in giving that we receive. There's an excellent book by Adam Grant, Give and Take. That's how life is about. Be a person of service. There is a million and one other thing. There's a million and one thing you can actually give. Whether it's a beautiful article you saw online, copy a link and share with somebody. Whether it's you watched an interesting movie, just forward it to somebody. Like, hey, have you seen this movie? Just basic recommendation. I read this beautiful book. I think you will like it. Well, I don't have the money to buy for you, but please check that book out when you can afford it. You're in a bookstore, buy 2 copies. If you're a Christian, and I don't want this to sound like preaching, right? He is the greatest that can serve. That's what the Holy Bible teaches. And every major religion in the world teaches about giving and being a person of service. And it doesn't have to be money. Another mistake we also do is thinking that you need to be an expert to give or to teach. If you're learning something, feel free to share it with your community. Feel free to share it online. If whatever job you're doing currently, be a person of service in that job. What do I mean by that? Go above and beyond what is asked of your duty. I had told you about my story of how I went ahead and told my manager to say, hey, I want to be a product manager. Please give me the job. And he said, okay, right there and then. But I didn't tell you that 1 year plus before then, or some years back when I started doing loan analysis. My first year on the job, at the end of the year, at the end of the financial year, as a loan analyst, I have done all that is required of me for the job. But then I went ahead to do an extra study report, highlighting where I think we could make improvements, highlighting the people I think defaulted the most, which were a certain category of people, the things to look out that made them default the most, how we could handle that by giving them less loan, pricing their loan higher, and all of the other things. And then I spiral bound this and submitted it to my department. Nobody asked for that. The same way, always be on the lookout for something you could give beyond the salary you're paid. Always be on the lookout, because that is how you get ahead in life. these little acts of kindness compounds over time. Whether it's a Medium article you read and you like it, share with somebody. Whether it's opportunity to talk to people like this that you received the invitation, come share with them. You could be doing something else in the Bahamas or playing with your kids. Just sacrifice that time, spend time with the people that need to that. So, and I would summarize, and I know I've gone over my time. 3 things I have come to tell you is: number one, your career will never be a straight line graph. It's not one. Don't worry about that. As long as you are in a fast moving space, you are in the middle of people that are smart, iron sharpen iron. As long as you're learning something every day, trying to push the boundaries, if you are not currently in the space where you want to be diligent in where you are while trying to move on to the next place. But it will never be a straight line graph. There will be times where you will regret your actions, you go back, and it's not blood covenant. So you try again. Most days you'll be second guessing yourself. Imposter syndrome. Get used to it. It's an occupational hazard for product managers. Always learn to tune out the voice in your head. Speak kindly to yourself because you deserve it. And then find role models and mentors and communities like this to share your vulnerability and then finally, learn to give, learn to empty yourself, be a person of service. And that's one thing the internet has done for us. The internet is for sharing. That's what I always say. There's always somebody you're forwarding a link to, connecting with, saying, hi, how was your day? I'm sorry you experienced that. God bless you. You'll be all right, and guys, that will be all for me. If you hopefully I didn't waste your time.
Not
Once
at
again,
all.
congratulations.
Not at all. Thank you so much, sir. This means a whole lot. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think even almost 2 years, or well, almost 2 years later after our conversation that day, I can say that I can still I've still learned a lot from what you said, and I will further apply it to my own career as a product manager. So thank you so much, sir. So guys, if you have any questions, you know how we do it. Maybe type it in the chat box or raise your hand. But I want to be the first to ask a question. So as a product manager, as a senior product manager actually that has been in the industry for so long, what is one advice you would give to yourself when you first of all started back, like when you became a product manager and you were like, okay, this is what I really want to do? What is one advice you would give to yourself that you think if anyone had given you then, it would have maybe made things, a bit easier for you? So I think that's my question.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You're boxing me to say one thing, so it's going to be difficult. But
okay. Let's say three things. I don't know.
That's a lot easier. That's a lot easier.
Let's do 3 things then.
Number one is I would have learned early enough to manage my stakeholders. I felt I was pretty good at my job. But then I felt that once I'm done with it, I just move on. People should, they know what to do. People should just sit up and do what, that's very wrong. As a product manager, you will always have the responsibility to manage other people's ego, to carry people along, to, bring them up to speed. You are the conductor just picture that you are playing an orchestra. You're not the violinist, you're not the pianist, you're not doing any of those. You're the conductor of the music. So it's your responsibility to make sure everybody's on the same page. So I picture the role of a product manager as a conductor. So I would do more on product stakeholder management. I think I would also do more on networking with my peers. There are a few things that I felt it was okay. Just do your job and just go. Unfortunately for me, there wasn't many product communities. We had product tank Lagos, but I wasn't involved in it. I attended 1 or 2. It was the wrong move. You need to be where the heat is, where the action is. Join communities online. There are many free ones. So money is not a problem. It is your discipline. So if I was starting out today, I will manage my stakeholders better. I will network with my peers more. And then the third thing, I think I would write more. I would make a podcast, make a YouTube, just share things on LinkedIn, random stuff. Just keep sharing, because why? You create a larger surface area for luck. people stumble upon you. In the last, I've got, randomly, most of my jobs, I've never been the ones I applied for. It was people who read what you wrote or just said, hey, somebody said I should speak to you. And the person is not known directly to me. It's because of the things you put online. It has the chances of compounding. So I would be more into sharing and giving. And that could be podcast, YouTube, writing, whatever. So those three.
Wow, wow, wow. I think I particularly love the last one you said. I mean, we were talking about it yesterday, and I was saying that my first three jobs in tech, I actually did not have to apply. I got them through communities. And
Yes.
I would say that even in product terms, even some speaking gigs and opportunities and awards that I've gotten is because of they say the internet never forgets, but I think we always
Never.
tend to think in the negative aspect. In the positive aspect too, if you keep putting stuff out there, leaving your footprint on the internet would actually never forget. It just widens, the possibility of luck finding you someday. Thank you so much for that.
That's
All
it.
right. Taiwo, to you,
Thank
ask
you.
your questions.
Okay, yeah, thank you. I don't even know where to start from. It's an honor talking to you, Nnamdi Azodo. Okay, yeah, I'm a fan on Twitter. I'm a fan everywhere, anyway. Gladys, thank
I
you for
feel humbled.
bringing me
Thank you.
here. Okay, yeah, so my question is very straightforward. It's about the mentorship thing, finding a mentor. Honestly, I am tired of reaching out to people to mentorship. So this is the year when you reach out to people, like the first 3 months, they're always there for you. They're always, getting back to you. All of a sudden, you just see them disappear. You won't be able to reach out to them anymore. I think they're busy too, anyways. But even though they should not just disappear like that, I don't know if I'm doing anything wrong, and I'm very sure I am not uh, asking for too much or giving too much. I just know that after 2, 3 months, they are not there again. What's happening? What's wrong? So how do I get
Um, are you there? Can you hear me? Still?
there?
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay. It's there's no one way that answers it, but this is what I would say. And by the way, this topic you mentioned, just last week, I wrote an article for Inc. Africa, Inc. magazine, on how to find a mentor. So I'm just going to put the link in this chat. Inc. Published that article. It was the article essentially chronicles the mistake I made, asking. Thank you, Gladys. The article essentially chronicles the mistake I made asking for somebody to be my mentor. I went and said ahead and say, hey, could you be my mentor? He said yes, and then we moved out of the place. Mentorship is very hard. It's time demanding on the mentor. So don't always think that the person you've done anything wrong. The person also has many other engagements. And for every one person you ask for to be your mentor, there's probably 10 other people or more asking the person. So it's time demanding. And Gladys can can testify to the fact that myself and another person failed woefully at providing a mentorship for that. It just naturally died out after some time. The problem is always not putting an end, not quantifying what is required of your mentor, and secondly, not putting an end to the duration. So there is, after the failed attempt with some people, which Gladys knows about, there's someone I'm helping, one or two persons that I'm mentoring at the moment. To make it effective for them, I have limited the part that I won't take on more people. And secondly, we have a start and end time. So whoever you're asking to be your mentor, you could start by saying, could you do this for me for the next 3 months? Just three, to put it, don't say just anyway, but just say between now and the next 3 months, I would like you to mentor me. So towards the end of the 3 months, if you still find a need for it, the person will be more than usually willing to say, let's do this for another 3 months, right? But if there is no end, you become fatigued along the way. So you're not doing anything wrong, but just always try to define what is required of the mentor and then put a start and end time to it. It's usually more effective that way. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. And I think another thing is that knowing that I think because we are so which is good to have a mentor, but I've learned that sometimes the best motivation to actually grow in your career are always your peers. Like
Yep.
I when I find myself in a community of product managers where we are like almost in the same league, like trying to achieve the same goal, it's always easier. There isn't any fear. Of course, there's that edge that a mentor gives, but honestly, the best motivation to grow and to learn is always peer-to-peer mentorship. So it's good to have a senior mentor, Taiwo, but I would also say take advantage of your peers too. Find one or two accountability partner. Tell yourselves, okay, we're going to read crack the PM interview this month, and we're going to meet maybe once every week to talk about what we learned. Do you understand? So I think that really helps, and that would, help. Another thing is be of service. I don't know if Azodo remembers that this mentorship thing we had actually reached out to say, you know what, boss, let me just help you with the admin stuff. I mean, I wanted
Yes.
to be closer. I wanted to be closer to you, and I've always just admired you from afar. And I just said, don't let me just go and meet him and say, oh, I need access. I offered, service, and I am still enjoying the fruit of that service till today because I remember he told me that I am so busy, but I'm going to do this for you. So, guys, be of service and enjoy peer-to-peer mentorship. So, thank you so much for answering the question.
Amazing edge. Thank you.
Yeah. So, is there any other question before we wrap it up for the day? Okay, I'm guessing there is none. Thank you so much, sir. I would let you go while we do the partying so that you can enjoy the rest of your own evening. Thank you so much, sir.
You don't
Everybody,
want me to be part of the party?
don't worry, it's for Gen Z's, no shit.
Okay. Bye, guys. Thank you for inviting me. I had a good time, and I wish you all the best in your career.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. All right, guys. Those of you that have turned off your camera, I'm going to start calling you out one by one to turn back your camera out. Rose, Mercy, turn it back on, please. In the name of God. Let me see your faces now. Why you shy? Emerald, you're already on the bed. Oh my God. I know what I'm going to do in the next course. Every class, your camera must be on. Loba, fresh guy. Elizabeth, look at you, that beauty. Why are you people hiding your faces? All right, guys. Your certificates are ready between now and Monday. Just be on the lookout. We're going to share them with you via your email. I remember that I said we're also going to be giving one-on-one feedback on your assignments. So we're going to do like a quote, like 5 people. You will know where you are. We will give you a time and a date, and you will get the link. So basically, it's just like you talking about, so rather than me assuming what you learned and what you went through in your assignments, it's just like you giving a mini presentation of your assignments in 5 minutes. Oh, this is the problem statement. This was my user research. This is what I derived from my user research. This is what my thematic analysis gave me. This is how I was able to use Trello or Agile methodology to break down my assignment. I'm giving you guys expo into what I'm expecting you to talk about when you are talking about your assignments. And then you talk about software engineering. This is what I learned. This is how I resolved my meme for those of you that did the software engineering class. So I'm going to limit the people who are going to be talking to people that did at least 5 out of 6 of their assignment. If you did 4, I'm sorry, we will not be able to give back feedback. But you might reach out to people that maybe completed their assignments so they can share what feedback, looked like. That being said, you know that I love you all, right? But there are a few people in this cohort that I just felt like giving an award of recognition to. You guys did so well. Everyone did so well. I mean, if you were able to pull through to the very end, you definitely did so well. But there are some outstanding people that when I say, oh, Abike Saloni, that's the Yoruba horse for like, she should run away. I'm tired. These people deserve the award of recognition that we want to give them. And alongside their certificates of completion, alongside the badge you're going to get that you can use on LinkedIn to show that you're a certified product manager. You're also going to get, an award of recognition from Product 10, the entire team, saying that thank you. You are one of the people we keep thinking about when we get when it feels like, let me not lie to you, there have been times I've been broke on this call, like very broke. I have to borrow data to come and teach. But you know what? I kept coming, and I'm sure that some of you can relate to that. Days when you had zero to nothing and you just kept showing up. And I am so proud of you guys. So while I call out these people's names, please just help me celebrate them in the chat box. Yes, 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 yes. Let me open it. I plan to have like a slide and everything, but almost it was not easy putting together this graduation event. I didn't know that it was gonna be this stressful, so I didn't even have time for that. So the first will be recognizing. Oh my God, where is it? Where is it? I'm coming, guys. I added like a few minutes ago. Yes, award categories and awardees for the product's 10th graduation ceremony. The first is going to be the Collaborator Award. So this is celebrating participants who have consistently demonstrated strong collaboration skills, teamwork, the ability to work effectively with your teammates and even your instructors and diverse stakeholders. These people have shown, they fostered a collaborative environment and shown exceptional interpersonal skills. I'm talking of people that when we don't send recordings, when we don't send something, they are always my DM. Ma, you've not sent our recording. The person I'm talking about knows himself. You've not sent our recording. You told us you will gather this, and I'm sure that you guys know that these people are deserving. So the first person is David. David. We celebrate you from cohort 1. The second person is Emmanuel Odetunde from cohort 2. Yes, he's always messaging me, and we just want to celebrate the two of you. Thank you. You're going to get your award, and you'll be able to post it and just show it that we did it. Yeah. The second would be leadership skills, leadership award. I don't know, I think one of the recipients is not around, but this is given to people who exhibited exemplary leadership qualities throughout the program. And the first person I'll be giving this to is Emmanuel Opatola. I don't know if he's here. I don't know if he's here, but you guys will agree that Emmanuel was a very good team lead. So Emmanuel, the second person I'm giving this to is Adewale Yusuf. There was a day we had in court too, Emmanuel, if you remember, there was a day we had a team building call, and Adewale spoke that day, and it was really, really good. So Adewale, congratulations to you on this. Yeah, the third award is gonna be the Growth Mindset Award, and this is recognizing every participant that did 6 out of 6 of the assignment. So if you completed your assignment, you are getting a Growth Mindset Award. This is to say that we are grateful to you for committing to your learning, for showing up, for embracing challenges. We love you. We are so proud of you. Who is that person? So Brucey, you are unmuted. Please, can you mute yourself? Or do you want to say something? Okay, thank you. I guess that was a mistake. So yeah, and the next award is to the Humor Maestro Award. And Humor Maestro Award, I'm going to give this to Abayomi. I will call him Mr. Abayomi. I don't know if Mr. Abayomi is here, but you guys will remember Mr. Abayomi used to crack jokes a lot in class. He made our classes fun. So I'm going to give that to him. And we have the Brand Evangelist Award. We have the Brand Evangelist Award. People that kept talking about our brand, people that, kept giving feedback, talking about us on social media. Some people even made entire videos. I'm going to be giving this award to Peace Osemwenji, to Joshua Kayode, and to Moturayo. So thank you so much for talking about product 10 everywhere, every time. Thank you. And last but not the least, Commitment Award. This celebrates participants who have displayed a high level of curiosity and eagerness to learn and engage during class. See, this was the hardest to give because I feel like a lot of you guys engaged a lot in class. So we're going to be giving it to the 4 people. We're going to be giving it to the 2 Rukayats, Rukayat Mustafa, and the other Rukayat. Then we're going to be giving it to Mr. Anthony Okon. And we're going to be giving it to Shakira. Shakira asked a lot of questions in class. She was so engaging, and I am so proud of her. So congratulations to every awardee. In fact, every one of you is deserving of recognition. I feel so emotional that this is going to probably be the last time I would be able to have all of you together. I want you to know that no matter where you are in life, I would always be one call away to support you guys, to be there for you guys, to be rooting for you guys. I love you all so much. So now I think I'm just going to take feedback from a few of you. I don't know if anyone wants to give vote of thanks. I'm going to take maybe like 5 people to just say 1 or 2 things about their experience. So yeah, please, if you want to do that, just raise your hands and I'll just ask you to unmute. Thank you, guys. I can see you in the chat box. Thank you. Okay, Mercy's hand is up. Who else? Who else? Timilulua, it's good to see your face. Our guru, the person that passed all the points yesterday. Yes. Okay, Rukaya, I can see your hand. Who else? David, I know you want to say something. Just raise your hand. Raise it. Okay, Shakira. Nice, 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 nice. Who else? Who else? We have 2 more people. It's only the ladies that want to speak. I just love women. I just love women. Oh my God. I just love women. Okay, all right. Mercy, the mic is to you now. You can speak. Yeah.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Gladys. Good evening, product centers. Thank you so much. I mean, it's been an amazing time. For me, it started last year when I took a personality test. I mean, I've been hearing about tech, and tech. Then I just saw this link for me to take a personality test. And after I took the test, the result was a project of product manager. I mean, ever since then, I've been on the lookout for opportunities, and this was my first experience. I mean, it was just more than enough for me. I would say, I mean, so far it's been practical for me because personally, I was able to. I would say I saw various opportunities to apply for internships. I mean, to apply for opportunities. But I would say for me, I was not interested in applying for any role because I mean, I have a good number of business ideas I wanted to implement. And right now, immediately after the end of this course in June, I had the courage to begin one of my ideas, which I'll be implementing and launching probably in December, towards the end of the year. I mean, it's been absolutely wonderful for me. I'm so grateful for the opportunity. Thank you.
That's so amazing. I am so, please tag me whenever you launch that idea. If you need free consultation as an experienced product manager, I am here for you. If you want to hire people, if you need collaborators, I mean, you already have a pool of product managers. So Mercy, we are going to be rooting for you. Guys, imagine that Mercy launches like, you know, a product and like maybe 20 of us post about it that, oh, this lady was she was in the courts and we're talking about our product. So yes, amazing. Congratulations, Mercy. I am rooting for you as always. Well done. All right, Rukayat, over to you.
I think for me it's just more of a vote of thanks, right? So I know this is the first 2 cohorts, 1 and 2. And just to say, if for any reason you're thinking that, okay, am I doing something right? Just know you're doing something right because this is not my first boot camp. And after my first one, like I said, we have an MVP I'm still working on till now, but it was more of self-learning after because we had so many programs on the job. It was about, I think, 4 weeks of boot camp. And all we had, even for me that I was new to the field in that time, I was like, okay, even though I know I'm new, this can be all. It was so vague and like surface level. So everything we learned on our own, from PLDs to making mistakes to sending PMs to other teams like the UI UX dev team. It was just like, okay, we just kept sorting it out ourselves. And I know that, yes, PM is self-learning. Yes, everybody, we've heard that over and over again. But there's nothing as good as having at least a good foundation before you start padding on it. So after that, I kept trying to get my own, went on Coursera, did some point I got frustrated because Coursera is like just you and the system. So you post and then they tell you, okay, go and do a PLD or go and do what's it called, user research, and then you post on the forum. Somebody marks you. All of you are just in the same level. So it's like every blind person marking everybody. So I'm like, okay, let me just go into. So I went to this thing I went to, it's called TechFleet. It's anybody that wants to join. It's a place where you can get hands-on training from real life projects, but it's a freelance. So it was something I was doing. But when I saw that thing, I was like, okay, another boot camp. Let me just join anyway. There's no harm in learning more. So I joined. So my first day of the class, I joined late because I was like, okay, what does they teach? At least I know most of it. But I think for me, I realized that because it is what Gladys does, and of course everybody knows Gladys likes PM from by now. So it shows in the way she explains or teaches. So she doesn't teach like, okay, I want to read something, let me pour it to you. She teaches like, okay, how's that? How do I say it now? She teaches like, okay, yeah, I'm working right now. You're in my office. Let me show you what I do. So it was easy to follow up with that, and also to do. So even the assignments, the first week, I'm like, what's the big deal? But then I was like, okay, fine. Somebody's putting this much effort in teaching, in trying to show me what she does. Let me try to just do my recap. So even though I know, yes, I have an idea of what she's saying, I know, let me just do it. And it was good for me because this new project I am right now on TechFleet, I'm the team lead for PM, and everybody depended on me. So it was like, okay, I'm always like, oh, thank God, last assignment was revision goals. I'll come and tell what I know. My last one was something on maybe PLDs I did previously, but compared to what now I had somebody, and I was trying to see that, okay, I don't want the bad feedback. So of course I was going to do more. So the same thing translates to this. So I think my recap is just to say that, okay, fine. For me, I think I had more hands-on training for this one, as well as it's helped me more in building my confidence in PM. And finally, I'll say it again. If for any reason you're doubting yourself that have you passed enough information, did you do enough? Just know that yes, you did. So I think that's it for me.
I'm such a goofball, guys. I am melting. Thank you. Honestly. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. If there's any doubt in me that I am doing anything wrong, I should know now that I'm doing something right. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. All right, Shakira. By the way, do you guys know that Shakira is like 2 hours ahead in Uganda? She's a mom. And I remember we tried shifting the class to 4 p.m. because of her. But all our instructors were used to 5 p.m., 6 p.m. And I was so scared that maybe she was going to drop out of the class. Sometimes their classes will end in Nigerian time, like 9, like maybe 6 to 8, past 8. And that's probably like 11 in Uganda. Shakira is going to be on the call. Imagine, just imagine that. So, Shakira, I can't wait to hear from you. So, over to you.
All right, thank you. Hi, everyone. Right now, I'm at a wedding. I had to step away from the celebration to to come and engage with you guys. So thank you, Gladys. Thank you, Product 10 team, the cohort mates. And yeah, this has been such an experience. As Gladys has said, I'm in Uganda, so 2 hours ahead. So that means everything was like the timing was always off. Yeah, a bit for me, but I am really passionate about this. For the past years, was working as a software engineer, and I used to see our product managers like doing what they do, and I got intrigued. So that's why I started looking into product management. So I actually don't know how I found out about Product Tent, but I was on LinkedIn. Then I saw Product Tent launchpad course, and I'm like, let me click and sign up for this. And it hasn't disappointed me. I am really glad. I actually was always looking forward to hearing you speak, Gladys. Like, you just motivate me. Yeah, you're such a cool person. And I know you say that, but even me, like being a people person and wanting to explore this role, like I see myself in you. So I am motivated by all the things that you have taught us, and we've been hands-on. So I've been able to work on all these different assignments. Yes, I was juggling very many different things, and it was a lot, but it just motivated me the more because I was doing something that I love. And right now I am strongly considering my complete transition, like, because initially I was still on the fence, but going through this program, I believe that this is what I really want to do. Like, I want to do this. I want to grow in this career. And for the longest time, my sister was telling me, you love product management. Why don't you update your CV? And I'm like, I'm so scared. I don't know anything about it. But after this course, I believe I'm going to update my LinkedIn, my CV, and just shout to the top of this world that I got this confidence from Product Tent. I'm happy for everyone. Congratulations, everyone who has finished this program. And yeah, looking forward to staying part of the community and coming to Nigeria and meeting you in person someday. Yeah. All right. Nice time.
Oh my God, who else is so emotional? Oh my God. I think the best part is hearing that she wants to scream it to the world that she is now a product manager. You guys are now product managers. And it's not just like imposter syndrome cannot get to you. You know that you attended classes, you've applied what you've learned, and you can call yourself a product manager. Thank you so much, Shakira. I really look forward to seeing you someday. Product Tent looks forward to expanding into Uganda, into Kenya, Rwanda, and definitely we know we already have representatives there. So don't worry, we will be in touch. Thank you so much, Shakira. Enjoy your wedding. Yeah. All right. Temi Loluwa let's hear from the winner man.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Shakira, thumbs up to you for like time difference. I think to everyone as well, basically that are in different time zones, basically for commitment, and to everybody that we are in the same time zone, having to show up every time, every now and then, basically. So first off, I want to say a very big thank you to everyone, the organizers, basically, for putting this together. My story, currently I'm working in customer success. My story is a bit similar to Mr. Nnamdi's story. Customer success, and then at the beginning of the year, I just felt, oh, let me just try something out. And I don't know, the phrase product management kind of like just caught my fancy. I'd never really done so much of research on it. In fact, I was thinking I'll still come back to probably meet with Gladys and some other people personally. I need to like get even clearer picture. And then I stumbled on the link on a colleague's WhatsApp status, Samuel Tosin. He was the one that we worked together in the same company. And then I just tried, and when we were when I know one of the questions they asked then was, why do you want to study? And I wrote, I've not participated in an online class before, and that was like my reason. And then I got into it, and it's been a wonderful ride. Myself and Messi do, we are colleagues at work, and then we were like accountability partners. We made sure to turn up assignments at around the same time. And it's been an amazing journey so far. And the good thing about this is more like a springboard, right? Because maybe if I had not done this, I would have felt, would I be good enough to start off in this path? Now that I've completed this, when you see other opportunities like this, there will not be this fear or jittery feeling anymore because you've done something related to this, and before you know it, you're building blocks, and that will turn out to be something great. So once again, massive props to everyone for putting this together. I really want to say a very big thank you. You have shifted something mentally and in terms of intellectually as well. Yeah, rather than going in one line, linear approach, you've opened up a wide prospect basically. So thank you so much, everybody. To our instructors in absentia, we want to say a very big thank you. And then to everyone who has also made this a boarding community, thank you, and hope to meet each and every one of us physically one sooner rather than later. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Demilolo. It's good to hear from you. It's good to hear the feedback. It's good to see that, showing up actually shows you, like it shows in you. So thank you for that. Yes, Rose, my able chief judge. Over to you, Rose. I can't wait to hear from you.
All right, hi everyone. So mine is going to be quite short. Something Rukaya said. So I started working as a PM, kind of like an internship position, right, for this startup company. And around that time was when we did this PRD and then vision and mission. I was like, so at first when they told me I was going to do a PRD, I was like, hey God, I beg you. What is this? What is this one again? So like after the class, I was so excited. I went to tell one of my closest friends in the my internship job place, that I know how to write a PRD now. I was so excited. Like you needed to see me. Like the moment I was done with the class, I'm sure I was one of the first people that turned in my PRD assignment because it was so important to me that I got it. And then so at first I was like, oh, I remember from our cohort, we were always complaining about assignments. But the truth was those assignments, they were one of the things that kind of nailed like the teachings, put it down into our heads. And then even though it was, please don't give us assignments, it still worked out. I'm so grateful that those assignments came when they did. That product tent came when it did. In fact, I'm so glad that I'm cohort 1 and that my teachings came when it did. And I just want to say thank you to Product Tent and to everyone. Emmanuel is not here today, but I'm going to reach him because I'm going to text him because I don't know where he has been. Emmanuel was very helpful too during this period. And Gladys, your how would I say it? Your confidence, your joy in your job, it made me feel like, okay, I can do this. Like you're always very excited, thank you. Thank you so much, Gladys. It was amazing meeting you. And yes, I'm going to come to your DM when I have problem. And I won't have problem, don't get me wrong. But I have questions. Thank you.
Oh my God. I'm such a crybaby, you guys. Glasses are covering my face. I'm literally already tearing up. But yes, thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you. And you know what I always tell people, because I was talking to a founder in the US the other day. He is planning to launch a product soon. And he was like, do you know that what you are giving me, this is what I pay thousands of dollars for? And he was like, why are you not putting a price on it? Or why are you making yourself so accessible? And I tell people that sometimes it's not every time we have to put money on our passion or what we love doing. I mean, sometimes I'm sure that if we charge you guys, I mean, you will still pay, yeah. But there are people here that would not be able to afford it. Aside that, and then it's also, I don't think I would have been so passionate about it as I am. I don't know how to say it, but like putting a price on my passion or on something I'm really passionate about, it kind of waters down. It waters down the motivation to keep doing this. And I can only do this because I have people who have invested into my own life, done it free of charge, and they always tell me pay it forward. So I think the last thing I will tell you guys is that wherever you get to, some of you here are going to be PMs for FANG companies. I am so sure about that. With the way you guys are going, with the trajectory at which you are learning and absorbing, I don't want to know where you are right now. I'm saying in the next 3, 5, 10 years, we are going to see Product Tent alumni, not just product managers, designers, software engineers. We're going to see you guys in FANG companies. We're going to see you guys launching your own startups. We're going to see you guys, in Web3, Web5 companies. And I'm saying that wherever you get to, please remember to pay it forward. When you start earning in thousands of dollars, remember that, someone gave an opportunity and didn't charge anything. So give opportunities to people too, and don't place a price on it. Let us bridge this gap. I know why I'm saying what I'm saying, and I know where I'm coming from. And I know that when I was transitioning, I could not pay for classes. Yeah. But some people invested in me for free. Some people took a chance on me. So I'm saying that you guys, please remember to pay it forward. When you get there and you blow, don't ignore DMs. I'm too busy. I can't help. Or I cannot do it except you charge. Of course, your value, receive money for your value. I was telling people yesterday that I cannot do any job for 500K as I am. Like, my salary cannot be 500K in my next job. I know that. But there's still that aspect of you that is not just motivated by money. Yeah, please remember to pay it forward. Pay it forward. Again, I say pay it forward. So right now, I will bring up my co-founder that taught you guys products to launch, but he's always shy. So, but I've dragged him that he must say something today. His name is Clement Johnson. So over to you, Clement. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. I'm not shy. There are just different levels of energy, and I've learned to let everybody shine in their way. Gladys is emotional. She has that strength. She has that power. Sometimes I'm like, you and this, I even call you guys our children, because I'm like, the way you are going about this. And my voice is not that, and I'm not a product manager. So it is okay that you guys hear my voice a lot. The only class I needed to come in, I came in, I thought, and I stepped back again. So wow. You can do anything from anywhere. This is just it. Like, to see this not coming to an end, I have to say that, but to see something that came up as an idea. I remember the first day I reached out to the brand designer to design the flyer for the Launchpad course. And I was correcting him on everything that should be on the flyer. Little did I know that we would have like over 600 people apply for the program, and more than that, over 50 of you seeing it through. I want to thank all of you. You might wonder that, oh, we put it together for you guys. Yes, but I want to thank you for taking a chance on yourself, for respecting yourself so much to stay consistent from start to finish. What you've done is not easily come by. You don't just see consistent people every day, but you guys took it from start to finish, irrespective of the highs and lows you faced on the road. I am so, so, so proud of every one of you. So proud. Because of you guys, we just we can't play small. We can't play small because we want you guys to have, because when you go on to put Product Tent on your LinkedIn, on your CV, we want people to check out the company that has certified you. I'm like, oh, okay, those guys are good. They are great. Do you understand that kind of thing? We can't play small. We can't afford to disappoint you guys. And that is why we said, you know what? We keep moving. We keep doing better than we've ever done before, because who are these people? Who are these people? And there are some names that are so recurring. There are some people that are always present, irrespective. And listening to all this feedback, I just sat here and I'm like, bro, nah, this is amazing. Congratulations to all of you. Congratulations to all of you. Hopefully one day there's going to be a video where I will sit down with Gladys and we'll tell you guys some backstory about Product Tent. I won't be the one to tell those backstory. She'll be the one to tell it. When you guys hear those backstory about Product Tent, you understand some more. But yeah. So some quick announcements. Just imagine all of you here. We can't let you guys go. No, we can't let you guys go. So we have set up a community. And Bambi is going to add all of you that have graduated to that community. we can't just let you guys go. No, you guys are alumni. And apart from that, you guys are so intelligent, you are so driven, and that energy, we need it to build product Tent even, because you guys understand your needs. You are our audience, literally. So a whole lot of you here that are listening to me right now, you work for product Tent. You will work with product Tent. You don't have a choice. You will. Some people are already writing articles. Some people are already writing articles. That is that everybody's going to function in one place or the other, because we have to build this quality. We have to build this value for people. And we need you guys, because right now we don't have the resources to even pay the people that work with us. I want you guys to know that there are amazing people that are on our team that work for us Monday to Friday that don't get paid. We have to let you guys know. And on a day we are going to showcase all of them. They don't get paid. And recently, all of them just renewed their contract to work with us again till the end of the year without wanting to get paid. You don't find that anywhere. And we are so grateful to all of them. So a lot of you will still work with us. You will work with us. So we're going to put you guys in a community. That community is for you guys, and it's going to be for other alumni of every program we're going to have. And you guys will be the one to build your community yourself. There's going to be a community manager, quite all right, but we are going to take interns from among you guys that are going to work with the community manager. You guys will literally run your community in a way that it will give value to you guys. So one thing that I tell people is, see, you have to grow together with your people. We see pictures of top entrepreneurs. You see Tony Lumelu with Dangote and this person, and you see all of them together. You see that picture from like when they were in their 30s, and you're like, how did these guys know themselves? Yes, they will know themselves, because David is the next founder of the next unicorn, and Olarunke Moses is going to work with him, and Emerald will create a company that Mercy Iduwe will work with her, Olatuja Roots will create something, and Rukayat will come in, and really, that is how it works. Genuinely, that is how it works. I'm like, you don't forget me, Product 10, 20 days. Okay, yes, I remember where we met. That is what we want. We want to see you guys collaborating on doing great things that you never thought you could ever do. We want to see you guys fly. We want to create the opportunities we didn't have. We want you guys to have it. Literally, the sky is so big. We, instead of colliding into each other, we are going to collaborate with each other. I didn't plan that line, but I think collaborate. I'm dropping bars now, but yeah, it's fine. Let's just do as if you didn't hear what I said. So we will not collide. So we'll not collide into each other. Yeah, we are all going to collaborate together. So Bambi will add all of you to a community. Please, when you get to that community, don't be cold. If there's one thing I love about all of you, is your energy, really. Like, when I think at this stage, I'm like, are these people really, where do you guys get the strength from? God, I beg. Yeah, I love the energy. So don't let that energy go down at all. That community is going to be a value-adding one, I promise you. And your certificates are ready. They are just, what's just left is to impute the names on it. Your certificates are ready, they impute your names on it, and your badge is ready. So there's going to be a badge of honor that all of you will receive, a badge of honor. So that badge, you can put it on your social media. We want all of you to talk about it. That is the number one step of conquering imposter syndrome. Talk about what you do. So you've graduated, for the past 9 weeks, you've committed yourself to a course. Now you finished it. You want to put it under a bushel, God forbid. I reject it for you. We are going to talk about it. You are going to put out your certificate. You are going to put out your badge. You put out your picture, a screenshot. You are going to tell your story. You are going to tell your story of what you've done. You are not doing it so that somebody would see you. If anything comes from it, quite all right. But it is you documenting your story to say that I did this. Maybe you have low self-esteem. This is one way for you to look at yourself and say, look at yourself after this class and say, I actually did this thing. If you've never done anything from start to finish before, I'm telling you now, you did it. You actually did this. God helped you and you were able to do something from start to finish. It is not a small deal. So when you get your badge, when you get your certificate, don't just save it on your gallery. Upload it on your WhatsApp. Put it wherever you are comfortable. I'm saying that because personally, me, if you know me and you have my number, you know that WhatsApp is not my strength. Once in a while, LinkedIn, Instagram, don't even go there. You won't find me. I'm a low-key kind of person. But once in a while, I still put it out there, the things that I've done. So put it out there that you did this thing. Be proud of yourself. If you have the money, buy yourself shawarma and drink today. Buy yourself something, even if it is stick sweet. Buy yourself something to say, I, Ojo Elizabeth, I did it. Okay, glad these are stick sweet for some people. Well, that's fair. I, Ojo Elizabeth, I did this from start to finish. I did it. God helped me and I did it. So please do that. So another information is we are going to be having subsequent launchpad courses. But as our team is growing and as we look to give more value, I'm happy to let you guys know that you might be the first, I don't want to say the last, but the first set of people that will enjoy our courses for free. As we go on, we are going to be putting a token on our courses so that we can generate revenue to do better. So when these courses come out, share them with your friends. The value you've gotten, let them know that, see, this thing, if you pay for it, there's no amount of money you pay for this thing, you will get your value back. So and now it's not going to be just for product managers again. We have for product managers, product designers, data analytics, and data managers. We are going to have for product marketers. We are going to have for software designers. We're going to have about 5 of them that are going to be rolling concurrently. So if you still think you want to learn more about a particular one, I want to take a launchpad course, I don't need to even market anything to you. You already know you get the value. You already know that. So as members of our community, you would help us in sharing some of these things. And like I said, some of you will work with us. I want you to check out our website. So the thing is, as you guys have been growing, we've also been growing. So for the first, I don't know if you've ever seen it before, but I want you guys to just go to productent.com. We told ourselves that before the graduation day, our website must be ready. Let us also push ourselves. And we did it. Some people saw it. Go to productent.com. That is the company that is certifying you guys. So we want to make sure that, yes, we are excellent. We are doing this thing as well. We still have some touches to do around it, but go there and see what we are building. Go there and see what all of us are building together. Guys, you are on our Hall of Fame. As far as God will take us, your names will be written there because we are the first set of people that believed in us. You had never seen anything from us. This was our first program ever. And you saw the flyer, you clicked on the link, and you believed we had value to give you. While you are thanking us, as the co-founder of Product, I am thanking all of you for believing in us. Thank you so much for believing we had value. I'm happy we didn't disappoint you guys. I might not be the very emotional person, not hard guy, but I'm just wired differently. But I look back to say, you guys had never actually done anything before. People will take a chance on something they say track record of, but there was no track record. That was literally our first Instagram post. You saw it, you believed in us, and you took a chance on us. Every time we've asked for feedback, you give us feedback. Some of you will go to LinkedIn every time after your class to put content there to just say that this product guys are teaching us well. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is not the end. This is just the close of a phase. Because on that community, I want all of you to be active. I want us to work together. I'm also on the Slack channel, and I'm promising to be more active on that Slack channel now. If you have skills, if you want to volunteer for our team, if you want to join us in any capacity, reach out to us. We will not push you away. We want you guys to even work with us. It will give us our joy to say, this person, maybe one of you here is going to be the future CEO of Product 20 years from now. Maybe it's possible. I don't believe in building things and holding it to my chest. Currently, I'm involved in about 4 or 5 works concurrently. So one of you here might be the future CEO of Product 10. You might be. CEOs are appointed. You might grow with us so much that you become the CEO one day, and then we just be founders and we are on the board, and all of us are together spreading the value of what we do across people. So that is it for me. It's an honor for me to be giving this closing remark for the launchpad course for product managers, cohort 1 and cohort 2. So at this point, if you are not shy, put on your camera. Let us take this final. Oh God, I've never put on my camera before. Some of you don't know what I look like more. Can I do it? Should I do it? For example, now Olubella Christiana, I just put a message on the chat. She's one of our team. Guys, please, a round of applause for Christiana. Christiana is like our admin person. She works with the team and she's also a student. Christiana is on the core team. Thank you, Christiana, for all the work you do. There was a time we used to drag Christiana in our team meeting when she has not done her assignments.
Clemens,
I can't hear you, Brad. Okay, now I can hear you.
My laptop is about to go off, so we need to take screenshots. Let's
take this screenshot now. Let me
all
put
right,
on my
guys,
own camera.
let me see you make your pose. How am I gonna do this that is going to capture everybody? Because we're like divided into 2. All right, everybody say cheese.
Cheese. See that I look like a slave. God, I beg.
Now I'm going to take the other one. Oh my God, you guys look so good. Tolulope. I can see Ayomide, Fumi, Ojo,
You will not take this before your battery will die.
guys,
Okay.
she